What's up, people? How you doing? Sascha Chatman here with Chatman Realty Group, and we are live with the Let's Chat Real Estate. All right, guys. So we got a lot to talk about. All right, we have a lot to talk about our housing market, what's going on, and we're going to bring this back. I was doing a Let's Chat and just talking all things real estate here in the DFW housing market. We're talking to agents about their business. We are talking to consumers. If you're looking to buy and sell, you're looking to protect your equity and figure out what the heck is going on, we got the answers for you. All right. So we got a good show today. We are going to be talking about Shift. 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 Not what you really think it is. We're talking about this housing market shift, and we're going to get into it. I got one of my agents waiting in the wing, Priscilla Ibarra. She's one of my buyer's agent, and she's out here killing it, crushing it, helping all of her people find and buy houses. But the game has changed, people. It has changed quite a bit. So let's talk about it. What's real, what's not real, and let's just go ahead and get into it. I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, this housing market is a bit different right now. And if you are live here, if you join us live, feel free to join us live here. We are streaming live right now on our Facebook page, my personal Facebook, our Chatman Realty Group YouTube channel, as well as the Chatman Realty Group Facebook page and my LinkedIn. Okay, feel free. Okay, feel free, guys, to join us here live because we want to make this interactive. We want to be able to talk to people and see what the heck is going on. And you can always join us right here. All right. Don't forget, you can join us right here in the super chat as folks start coming on. Ask your questions, put them in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to get them on. And if you want to join the show, as long as you're not acting super crazy, we can get you on here and we can talk about it live. So, that being said, let me go ahead and bring in my buddy. Let me go ahead and bring in my teammate. Let me bring in Priscilla. All right, real quick. All right. Priscilla,
Hi.
how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm out here working, just like you working, right?
We all working. We're
For
all
once,
working.
you took the day off, not out there showing houses. I'm not doing it as well right now, but that seems like that's all we do. How are you
That's
feeling
all
right
we
now in
do.
this market? How are you feeling, my friend?
I mean, you know, it was overnight that we saw it change.
It did change overnight.
Right? It seemed like houses were flying off the market 5 minutes as soon as we put it on the market, and then overnight
Yeah,
they
it
started
changed on a
sitting.
dime.
It
It
changed on a
changed
dime.
on a dime, and a lot of people don't know that, man, it really changed. It shifted, and what we really
Absolutely.
thought was gonna happen, everybody, is that we thought that the shift was going to be gradual. Everyone thought it was gonna be gradual. We was gonna get here over time. You got all these industry and experts out there talking about, "Oh, we're gonna see us at 6% by the end of the year." People, we already hit 6%. We hit 6%. We went above 6%. We came down below 6%. We went back up to it. It's like a yo-yo. But in all seriousness, it's trending upwards in terms of what the interest rate you're going to get. So
Right.
anyway, Priscilla's information is down below. We're going to go ahead and put her Calendly link if you need to buy a home. Right, you're looking to sell your home. Priscilla can help you out. And Priscilla, you are bilingual, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Can you prove that to them in case they don't believe you?
I don't look it. No.
I'm not going to answer those type of questions.
Ah.
Not trying to get canceled here.
Sí,
This is my
también,
first show back.
también hablo español. Yes.
There we go. What she said. What she said. All right. So she is bilingual, and I speak real estate. So there you go.
I speak that too, in both languages.
That you do. That you do. Real quick. Let me get this up real quick, guys. If you need to get in contact with me, my phone number, my information is ticking down below. Feel free to grab it there. I am a two-time EXP Icon agent. I am the team leader, Chatman Realty Group, and we coach agents all across the nation. I absolutely love real estate, but it ain't about us. Let's get into the show. Real quick, make sure you scan here. This will take you over to our social media. You will get all my contact information, phone number, email, LinkedIn, you name it. Scan it right now. I'm going to leave it on the screen here quickly for you guys, and you can get that as well. And we'll put the link down as well. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell my virtual assistants out there, drop my Popo link out there so people can get that. So we can get to talking about this housing market and what's going down.
Let's get it.
Yeah. All right, real quick. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. It is getting scary about here. All right. Inventory has been low, but it's starting to rise back up, and people think a housing market is ready to pop. Is anybody out there still thinking that we're in a housing bubble that is going to pop and is about to fall apart? I hear a lot of people saying that, and while there is some concern there, it's not about to pop, but it is changing, and so we want to make sure you guys understand that home values have been traditionally increasing, although now we're starting to see prices going down. Interest rates, that's the bad boy. All right, that's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a Chucky doll. It just keeps coming up again and again. All right, so let's talk about this recession. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's get to it. Are we in a recession? What do you guys think? Please put in the chat if you think we're in a recession right now. And just comment whatever stream that you're on if you believe that we are in a recession in our economy. Here's the deal: they don't want to say it. I mean, they don't want to say it, but the truth is, it don't feel so good. I drive an F-150, and it is taking me a lot of money to
How
fill my
much?
truck.
How much
Oh,
do you pay to fill up your truck?
175
Ooh, that's
every time I
nasty.
fill it up, and I have to fill up. I'll be all over DFW, so that's twice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, at
twice.
least twice a week.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, for me, it's right around 95 for me.
mm, mm. I know
Yeah.
some of my folks are watching here saw my truck on social last week, trying to get some more money out of me. Yes, it is. But anyway, let's talk about this recession. Okay, so we've been through a couple recessions, folks. If you look at the graph here on the right, okay, look at the one on the right. Mortgage rates traditionally have come down during a recession. So the question you're probably asking, why hasn't it happened now? Well, they haven't called it yet. We know what it feels like. We're not dumb people. We know what's going on. It feels like a recession. They're just not calling it a recession right now. They are calling it everything but recession. It's a slowdown. It's this. It's that. It feels like a recession. All right. Hold on. We got someone in the chat right now. Isn't it all going to crash tomorrow? From Facebook. I mean, everyone has said it's going to crash for the last 2 years. Yeah,
Yep.
people are saying that. And guess what? We still slinging
Yep.
houses. So a lot of
Yep.
people are saying that, you know, I'm gonna cut to the chase in that we got jobs here in DFW. We're not in the same position as others. Okay. Um, we got another Facebook user came up and said, I read this. I thought we changed the definition of recession. We didn't have to be in one anymore. Well, call it what you want to call it, but when my milk is costing me $4, right? It
Okay.
feels like a
Four
recession,
dollars a
right?
gallon.
And we got
Inflation.
someone else is cracking jokes about the truck. You go an extra tank on the F-150. My Silverado is about $85 now, but your truck don't look as good as mine. It don't.
Oh,
It
Sasha, you.
don't. That's facts. Am I lying? Am I lying?
I don't know. We don't know what his truck looks
Hmm?
like.
Really? What's up? Post your picture, baby. Let's go truck for truck. You want to go truck for truck? Talking about my truck. And you driving a Silverado? Boy, please, you better stop it. You better stop it. I'm trying to talk about this. You can see. We'll have a truck off later. Whoever that was, I'm curious who that was. Anyway, okay. So here's the deal, guys. Recession wise, interest rates have come down. Okay, they typically come down, and home prices kind of regulate during a recession, as you can see right here. Right now, the one that was really terrible, right, was back in the day. Now, in 2008, the market did fall apart, but we're not in that market right now. We are
Absolutely.
not in that market. Okay, so just understand that it's a little different. We're going to go over that. Okay, now, real quick, let's talk about the boogeyman. Interest rates. Now, I pulled this together last week. It's all over the map. All right, this is August.
Mhm.
Now we have seen rates get as high as 6.5%. We've seen them come back down. Last week they came down a little bit, right? So that itself was a blessing, but it's not going to stay like that. Okay, by far, this is when you know the game has changed. When all the real estate agents and lenders and everybody out there is agreeing with Ramsey when we see him talking about the cheapest time you can buy houses right now, and everyone say, "Yeah, it's not us being salesy."
You're like, oh, wait.
Yeah. It it's
you
not us
know?
being salesy, it's the truth. The truth is we are going up. We are gonna be going up and increasing. Now, home values are regulating right now, we're gonna talk about that, but
Mhm.
we could not continue on the path that we was on, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous, okay? Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm trying to tell you,
I mean,
but
you're not bidding, you
go
know?
ahead.
It's not a bid war out there anymore.
No, no, you get there's
But
a couple multiple offers, but it's not like it used to be.
yeah,
So, let's talk about
absolutely.
what we see right now here in DFW. Let's let them in on the MLS, okay? Can you guys see this real quick? Alright, this is the MLS right now. Y'all see these little graphs right here? I'm just gonna keep it real simple just like this. Here's what you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of new listings coming on the market, but you're also seeing a lot of houses fall out and come back on the market. And that's because people finances are janky. I'm telling you this right now. If you are a buyer out there and you have been searching for a home for a minute and you got pre-approved at let's say 4.5% interest rates,
You need
okay?
to
You need to go back and talk to your lender.
reevaluate. Absolutely.
And you buy a house, the same amount of house that you was pre-approved for at 4.5%. Why? Because the rates have gone up to 5.5, 6%. Okay, depending where you
Mhm.
are in terms of your credit. It has changed, and we're seeing people's financing fall out. Unfortunately, we just went through this with Chapman Realty Group. We was about to
Yep.
close one, and the dude's financing fell apart. It was strong when we
Like,
started,
oh
but he
goodness,
waited till
yes.
so I'll tell you this
Probably
right now.
like a week before close.
Yeah, that felt
It
bad. That was
was it was bad. Yeah.
that's what it felt like. It was
Yes,
bad.
exactly.
Old school sound from Street Fighter on that one. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. The market has changed. It did turn on a dime. Interest rates are up. You need to better understand your buying power as a buyer than you have ever understood it. And we are going to help you guys figure that out. Okay. So
So let's
that's where
talk a
we
little
are.
bit about that, Sasha.
Yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that. So, Priscilla,
Mhm.
what would you tell a buyer right now? What's your advice to a buyer who's thinking about, okay, should I buy a house in this market right now? What do you think they should be doing?
So first and foremost, a lot of people ask me is, when is the right time to buy? Is right now a good time to buy, right? What I always say is the right time to buy is whenever you're ready. I think
Hmm.
that's the best time to buy. If you're ready and you can afford it, buy. Now, I understand interest rates make a big difference in the
Hmm.
monthly
Hmm.
payment because that's really what a lot of buyers look at is the monthly payment. That's what they're concerned about. Not so much the sales price, but that monthly payment makes a huge difference and that interest rate makes a huge difference. But what they don't understand is I try to get them to understand that we buyers negotiation is now in your hands.
You're back, baby.
Buyers have it's back. Buyers have a lot of power now. We're not, it's not like, a couple months ago where we were competing with 20, 30, 40, 50 offers and the
Right,
seller was
right.
getting everything they wanted. We actually have negotiation power back. And I try to explain to them about closing costs and sellers concessions. Now that's the big thing nowadays, and I know that's something that you were going to talk about here. But I like to talk to them about those numbers as opposed to just the sales price because that allows us to get that interest rate down for them
Right.
and make that house more affordable. So there's definitely ways and there's definitely ways that we can make this work for buyers nowadays. If you can buy a
Absolutely.
house and you can get approved and you are ready and you have the means, why would you want to rent a house for another 2 years when you can we can do what we have to do to get that payment down to where you're comfortable, and you can buy a house that way and the house will be yours and the equity
Right.
will be yours. So that I try to just communicate with them in a
Mhm.
way to where they understand and not make it so difficult, um,
And let
in
me be
not
clear
wording
about
it so
the Chatman
difficult.
Realty Group with this, guys. If you're not ready to buy a house, we don't want you to buy a house. We don't want your
Right.
house for it. But I just had this fact scrolling down right now. 96% of listings have had price reductions in the market. So let's say this a different way. Back, let's go January through the second week of May. There was multiple offers. People were tripping over themselves. People were giving a firstborn up. They were doing whatever they could to get into a home. And now the game has changed. It's a lot
Yes.
different. Okay. It is a whole lot different. So now you have
Just
an
a different
opportunity.
conversation
It's a
now.
very
Yeah,
different conversation right now than what people were feeling. But the cost of renting is real, man. Let's talk about that. It is easier to buy than it is to rent in our market right now. Here's the cost of renting,
absolutely.
guys. Here's the cost of renting. Check this out. Oh, let me get
$2,500.
on average here in DFW, 2,500 bucks. Okay. So what do you have to do when you go rent a home? You got to do your first month's deposit. You got to put
Security
down,
deposit.
your first month's rent. If you got a fur
Mhm.
baby, 500 buck deposit, whatever that may be, could be different. All right, off the top, to rent an apartment, to rent a home, 5,000 to 5,500 bucks up front out your pocket.
And if you got bad credit, now you're looking at double deposit
Right.
plus first month's rent plus pet deposit, and that will
Mhm.
run you $8,000.
Right. Now think about that. If you rent for 5 years, you just wasted $150,000. Now you're paying a mortgage. Truth is, you're paying a mortgage. It's just not
Absolutely.
yours. That's the reality. 150 G's over 5 years if you keep renting again and again and
And
again.
and mind you, Sasha, and I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Are you
but
good?
you know, with an FHA loan, you can get approved with as low as 580, correct? So a lot of renters nowadays, like landlords, you know how picky they are. They see below 600 and they're like, nah.
Nah. And
Like,
people are
you know
bidding
how
on
picky they
rentals.
are.
People are bidding on rentals, guys. Y'all need to understand that. I can't tell I've
Absolutely.
helped some renters. I'm like, okay, here's a house that they want. Let's go get it. It's listed for $2,000. And then
Mhm.
somebody else comes back who's moving from wherever they're coming from and said, nah, we're going to give it to you. We'll take it at $2,300 and we'll pay you 6 months in advance. What
Or
landlord's
they
not
have
doing like that?
friggin' six applications that they already
Right.
have. Six, seven, 10. Yeah.
Exactly. So while we help people who rent, we really do. Just know that you're throwing money away, and it makes it very, very difficult. So we just want to keep it real from that perspective. So look at that, take that information. All right, now let's just talk about what are some of the benefits of buying a house. Let's kind of go and have they changed? Right?
Hmm.
It really hasn't changed. You can still build equity. Okay. You're still going to have that predictable monthly payment. There's still tax benefits. And the number one way to build wealth in this country, at least one of the safest ways, has been through real estate.
Real estate.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with Bitcoin people and all that stuff like that because your dog coin or Dogecoin is not doing too well right about now. Uh, I'm just saying, hey, oh, look at my Bitcoin.
Stop the cap.
Go buy some houses. Just saying. All right. Just having a little fun. But the benefits of buying houses really hasn't changed. It's still the same. It's still out there. Let me tell you a story. All right. Real estate story time. I have had a client buy a house about 18 months ago, and then life threw them a curveball. When life threw them a curveball, Priscilla, they had to move within the next about 15 months later. They just bought that house. They bought said house at $195,000, gave me a call, said, hey, what can we do with it?
When was this?
Uh, This was back in February, and I sold their house literally 18 months to the day
I believe you.
for 265.
Yeah, I
Now,
believe
they
you.
weren't supposed to make that type of money. They weren't supposed to have that type of return. What we're gonna call that, we're gonna go ahead and label that and call that fictitious equity. A lot of you sellers out there, people who are thinking about selling their house right now, you are looking at fictitious equity. I don't know how you even spell that. FIC, spell it for me.
I have no idea.
False equity. We're gonna have some fun.
Victitious with a V. V-I. VICT.
We're just gonna call it false equity. All right. False equity, fictitious equity, false equity. I sell houses, but I'm not a spelling champion. We're not gonna play that. I can't spell fictitious. All right. But that has been out there. And so now that has changed for a lot of people. Okay. And at the end of the day, are you really losing equity as a seller right now? And if you sold in this market? No.
No.
Did you miss that huge, big bubble that was out there? Potentially.
Yes.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's different. We don't have people clamoring over listings like we used to. I wish we did, but that's just not the way it is right now. I am talking to listing agents out there all day, every day, and their listings are butt bone dry, meaning that they're not getting showings, they're not getting anything out there, and that is happening all over DFW right now.
Yep.
And it's really depending where you're living, right? There's some areas that are hitting, and then there's also certain um, there are certain price points that are doing very well, right?
Mhm.
250 and under, doing pretty good out there, but that's a low price point. So if you're pre-approved at 250 and under, it might be a little bit more competitive than those who are at the 3 to about 800s. Those folks seem to be still, a little bit is not as competitive right now, and they have a little bit more
Mhm.
choices out there. So
Yeah.
food for thought. Keep that in mind, guys. All right. All right, let's take
But
that
that
off.
doesn't mean that they are most likely not sitting on, you know,
Oh, they're
thousands of
sitting on a
dollars
grip
in
still.
equity.
They're still sitting on a grip. It's not like it's just turned around and they've lost all that money. That's not real. That's not the reality here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. For my buyers out there, real quick, let's talk about the home buying process. All right. So if you want to buy a house right now with Priscilla or myself or anybody else on Chatman Realty Group, here's our first steps. What do they need to do first?
We typically have a buyer's consultation. And during a buyer's consultation, we get all that information. We get to know you first and foremost. We get to know you, we get to know each other. I get to know your goals, time frame, I identify your wants and your needs, location, things of that nature. I always like to ask about your top must haves, top five
Mhm.
must haves, and you're absolutely nuts. I personally like to ask what's a deal breaker for you, and most importantly, walk them through. I personally don't like to give too much information on the initial consultation. Just kind of have a conversation, and also get to see where they're at. And I do ask some personal questions like, "Hey, what do you have any money saved up?
Yeah, we're gonna ask those
What was
questions.
we got to
Oh
ask those
man,
questions. It's don't get offended if we ask those questions. It's not us trying to get in your business, but you're trying to buy a
I'm gonna get in
house.
your business. I'm
So
gonna tell you that right now. Can
yeah,
you?
I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
it.
get in your business. Priscilla's being
But
nice about it.
some people
Yeah.
do act like, I want to tell you all that, but
Yeah, but the
hey,
reality is this, let's talk about this. Let's pause there. We need to know, okay, if you're working
yeah,
with
we
an
need to
agent
know.
out of not even with the Chat Realty Group, but anywhere, agents need to know. Now, we're not trying to be rude or anything like that, but we can't coach you if you're holding back information. And let me shout
Mhm.
out to my lenders out there. If you are holding back information
Absolutely.
on your lender, that don't
We
work out
really
too well.
can't help you.
And we've seen people who try to play this game and not tell their lenders everything that about their taxes or their income, about this or about that. Stop it. All you're doing is hurting yourself. Okay. Now,
Yeah,
because in the end, when I hear about deals that fall apart, and I've seen this, I've had this happen with me where a deal fell apart,
because
and
he
what
wasn't
that
being
was,
truthful with the
unfortunately,
lender.
yeah, and it wasn't being true with the lender, but that also was not one of my preferred lenders, and that person didn't dig deep enough. My lenders are going
Yeah.
to dig deep. Our guys are going to dig deep to make sure that they understand where you stand. And you don't want to go down the process of buying a house and then all of a sudden you can't, and then you end up losing earnest money. You could lose $3,000 to $4,000.
Yep.
Am I got time for that? I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get in your business a little bit. That and it's not like I said, it's not personal, but yeah,
It's
that's how it goes.
exactly. And I'm glad you said that because it's not personal. It's so we can identify if you are in a position to buy at this time or not.
Hmm.
And if you are not, guys, knowledge is power. Get to know
Yes.
what you need. At that point, we will be able to create a path for you, create a plan for you. We can get you over to our lenders. They can talk to you about, they can go deeper into your finances, and do what they do. However, we are at that point creating a path for you. If you cannot at this point in time, now you have the information, now you have the knowledge, now you know what you have to do in
Right.
order to get there, if indeed buying a home is a top goal and a top priority for you.
Right. Now, let's talk about the next step. Next step, very, very important, is the pre-approval. And all I can tell you guys
Yes,
is just just do it.
just do it.
Go for the pre-approval. I
We
mean,
know it's a lot of paperwork, but just do it. Like if you
people,
really want to buy a house, just do it.
let's tell you what you need. Get your tax returns, get your W-2 statements, get some bank statements. Okay, you got to prove your income. Okay, for those who are 1099 like we are, all right, you may have to go get some statements on your business to show what you're doing. If you have a business, okay, you need to show your income. I can't tell you how many people I have met who are out there balling, who are making a lot of money, who run a
And
very
it's all
profitable
cash.
business, and it's all cash, and they can't prove what they make. Okay, you have to prove what you make. So let me be very, very, very clear. Today is actually my home anniversary with my wife and I. Today is our
Oh,
home
happy
anniversary,
anniversary,
right?
Sasha.
Thank you. And guess what? We had to show a whole. We showed our income. We had to do it, right? You could take some tax hits, guys. I'm not gonna get into all my business here, but ooh, it was painful. It was painful, but you have to do it. If you're 1099, you know what I'm talking about. Not getting too deep into it. Okay. Now the next step is when you guys are ready. It is time to go house hunting. People love. They be like, "Oh, was on this old school Mario Kart. Let's go." All right.
Yes,
Tell us about
we're
house
just
hunting.
playing
How do
Mario
we do
Kart
that?
last night.
Yeah, real talk.
Oh,
Real talk.
well, no, well, house hunting, I mean, basically, um, I personally love to help out with that process. You know, I already know my buyers' wants and needs. I typically start looking even before they start looking,
Mhm, mhm.
and I, try to have a list of homes and help them out with that. But I mean, house hunting is what it is. We narrow down your search on exactly what you need. We customize your search based on your criteria, your wants, needs. We stay in your budget because you can be approved for so much, but if you're only comfortable paying a certain amount on a monthly basis, we need to stay in that budget. And we have to see homes, as I always say, we never want to put all of our eggs in one basket. um, we have to see a variety of homes, guys, so you can, because if you don't win one, you have others. You don't have your eggs all in one basket.
Yep. 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 All right, guys, let's go and keep it going. Then the next thing is, hey, once you have found the house you wanted, we put the offer in, we negotiate for you. It's time to go to closing. You're gonna have your home appraisal. Right now, people are not waiving appraisal like they once were. Okay, so that's not happening. That is not happening. We're gonna close on your transaction, and you're gonna take possession of your home. And, and
Mhm.
and that's really it. The buying process doesn't need to be complicated. With Chatman Realty Group, we're going to make it super, super, super easy for you. We even have a class for you. Okay, I can pull it up here in a second. If you are a home buyer out there, you're looking to buy a house this year at some point in time, and you're not even sure when you want to do it, but you want to learn the information, I urge you to go to our YouTube channel. Lots of information out there by helping you figure out the steps. But we actually do have a class for you, and I'm going to put that out there that if you want to be a home buyer and you want to get a class, learn the steps of it, we have a quick little course out there. It's a video, very detailed, walking through the process of becoming a home buyer, and it's just something we give to all of our clients. Right? We have an online buyer's guide that we put out there for you as well. But it's going to walk you through the steps, and it is, I must say, it's pretty legit. Would you say it's legit?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I did
It's a
make it.
lot of
So
information.
it is a
I
lot of
get
information, but we're breaking down the steps for you, right?
your head gets big.
Well, look,
Ugh.
I've been told that from time to time. But at the end of the day, we just wanted to make sure that you guys have what you need in order to be a successful home buyer. So here's the course right here. So you get access to the course, and it's going to take you through 22 different lessons about the home buyer map, how much you need, where you need, getting your qualification, figuring out the myths that's out there, understanding your credit. Do you need credit repair? We have credit repair specialists out there. We have lenders who are going to be ready to take you through down payment assistance, have you get a great understanding of what you need, the understanding of closing costs, everything. Pre-owned versus new construction, you name it, we got it. We're going to teach you how to do it. Okay. I don't know if anybody else is out there doing anything like that, but we're going to make sure that you truly understand the process of buying a home. So I'm going to go
Absolutely.
ahead and put the link out there for you guys so you can grab that real quick. Let me grab that and I'll put that in the chat as well. And then I'm gonna ask my VAs to put that out there on the different social medias that we have as well. All right. So go back. I'm trying to go back up.
In a real estate transaction, communication is just so important. I know to a lot of agents, they're not good at communication. Like, oh, it gets on my
Yeah.
nerves. But personally, with our clients, it's so important for me to be open and just communicate as much as possible so they can have an understanding even before we even start the house hunting process. Like they're pre-approved and I am explaining what's going to happen next. That's really important right now,
Right, 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 right. Yeah.
especially now,
Very, very, very much so. Because
especially
right
now.
now, um, it's like I said, it's changed. It's definitely changed. So we're gonna be working on that. All right, I saw a question come up here earlier. Hold up, trying to find this question. Oh, should you wait to buy a house? To answer that question, I'm gonna just say no, flat out no. The cheap right now, as the market is looking right now, is going to keep going up in interest rates. Okay, do I really believe that
Absolutely.
home value is going to just drop like a rock here in DFW? No,
No.
no, 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 no. And if that's not going to happen, you have to understand that the cheapest time to buy a house is probably right now, right? So what
Uh,
happens if interest rates go up?
a
Right,
good
we're not
question.
really good with our inventory right now. So if
I
interest
mean,
rates go up, right, and what are you going to do? Right, you're gonna buy a house that hopefully the price is down, but the interest rates are higher. That's not a good position to be in right now because
Sasha,
yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll
Go
make my point in a second.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead, jump in there.
No, no, and I was just going to say that to answer that question, like I said earlier, the best time to buy is when you're ready, right?
Right,
How do you
right,
know when? How do you know if you're ready? Well, gather the information, gain that knowledge, find out if do you have money saved up, where's your credit
right,
score at, where, talk to a lender, get that information, see what you have on the table, and then you can determine if right now is a good time for you or not. But you will never know if you don't get that information. You'll always keep it having your head, well, is it a good time for me to buy right now or not? And you're absolutely right, prices I mean, history tells us that prices do not go down. uh I mean,
not
despite
dramatically, but
that,
no, they don't
not
not
dramatically,
dramatically.
exactly,
No,
not
no,
dramatically,
and
right?
and
So go
yeah,
ahead.
and here's the deal, guys. You got to understand that when we're talking about the whole price thing, let me give you an example here. I want you to look at this real quick. Okay. Here's two ways of looking at it. All right. So let's say you're buying a house at $450,000 and you got 4.5% interest rate, right? And the rates at one point we hit the 665. Okay. The monthly payment, most people pay their bills monthly, right? That's how we budget. Went from 2,600 bucks to $3,000. Okay. So these rates got to change significantly for that to happen. We do have a buyer buy down strategy to make that happen. If you want to know more about it, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. We can't cover all that right here live because we're about to wrap up the show. However, that is real and that is out there. Now, what do you expect the price to come to make this payment to come back down here, right? You expect the price to drop significantly? Well, let's look what that looks like. To make that house right there, where was it? We're talking about dropping the price almost $90,000. Do you really expect a seller to do that right now in today's market? There are some people who are desperate. There's some people who are doing it, right? But that's not reality. There's other ways to make that house affordable for you, Mr. Buyer, and there's ways to also for the seller not to lose too much money. We call it. We have definitely have a strategy for that. But this is the market we're living with. Okay, while it is not as competitive for the buyers and they have more houses to choose from, they are choosing a high interest rate market that's expected to be even more higher, to be even higher in interest rates come soon. So that's the reality, people. That's really the reality of what we're working with. But at the end of the day, we'll be able to get that figured out for you guys. There's ways of getting
Absolutely.
around it. And there definitely is ways of getting around it. So let me get
Yeah.
your information up here again for them
Mhm.
so they can get you. They can hit you up where?
You can hit me up by text message, by phone. That's my phone number down there on the screen. You can hit me up on my Calendly link if you would like to book a consultation with me. You can also follow me on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Um, yeah, you can also find me on the Chatman Realty Group page
Absolutely. And our YouTube channel. Make sure you
and
jump
our
on.
YouTube channel. Yes.
And we have a lot of stuff that we're dropping out there. Priscilla's extremely active on social media, so make sure y'all follow her as well. Obviously, I'm somewhat social. I'm somewhat social. Getting better at that, obviously.
You are very social.
Yeah, I work. I do what I can do. All right, you can also here's my information down below, guys. Y'all can grab me here. And then next week, let's talk about next week's episode. What we're going to be talking about next week. We're going to do it at the exact same time. And so here's a good show I've been asked to do. People have been asking me, is it the right time for you to get into real estate? Should you become a realtor? Do you
Ooh.
jump in this business, in this industry right now? Right? That is the question because I know a lot of people's like, "Oh, yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's time. We can do this." And a lot of people think it's easy to do. Uh,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. I know a lot of agents right now. This is how a lot of agents feel. They like,
This close to falling off the deep end. I know I'm smiling right now, but the light inside me is dying.
"What? They're not ready for this market. This market done changed. Let me tell you, I don't have some sleepless nights myself. I'm not going to pretend like I haven't. Reading the
Absolutely.
right now is difficult. It's very difficult conversations to your buyers. It's difficult conversations with your sellers. However, the rewarding factor of being in this industry and helping people make a life-changing decision to change where they live, where they raise their family, where they raise their children, where they're going to create memories forever, man. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm telling you, I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. I'm a former
Yeah.
hospital administrator, guys, turned real estate agent. Okay, that's right. I was a healthcare executive. Did that for 18 years, right?
It's a
Absolutely
long
love
time.
it. But you call me old?
No, I just said you were doing it for a long time.
Wow.
Stop it.
Wow.
No,
You just called me old.
I did not call you old. You took it that way. I mean, if the shoe fits. Just kidding.
Fair enough. Fair enough. A little sensitive. I'm thinning. I'm graying. Fair enough. My point is, I did that for a number of years and I loved it. But it's never been as rewarding as this industry here is right now. Helping people make that
Absolutely.
decision and helping people figure this whole thing out is it's beautiful. Love it.
Absolutely. And
Absolutely.
you can. We can help you figure it out, right? We just cannot take that for we cannot take that first step for you. Like I said, if you're debating, if you are
You got my wife
Stephanie,
laughing at me. Really? Wow.
like I said, if you're debating whether it's a good time or not, it is a good time when you are ready. When you are ready is a good
You're
time.
ready. Now, for those who think about getting into the business, we're going to have the show next week. We're going to do it again, same exact time. And I really want you guys to come up to just, let me know, like, is this something that you think that you want to do? And I'm telling you, it's crazy rewarding. Bring all your questions to me. I'll be more than happy to answer all of them. We're going to do it live again. Like I said, live next week, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to talk about a career in real estate. How did I make that journey? How can you make that journey? How can you make a difference in the people's lives in your family, not just your family, other families? Real estate, man, I'm trying to tell
You
you,
have to want it. You
you
have to
gotta
want it.
want it. You
You have to want it, and
get
you
that graphic
have to have a
opposite.
passion. You have to have a passion for helping people, and you have to have a passion for people in general. It's that thing. If you it's
Preach,
you just
preach.
have to have a passion for people and love to
Right.
help people and talk to people and know how to talk to people. It's one of those things
Yeah.
in real
And it's
estate,
not all
but
about the money,
I
guys.
wouldn't trade
Understand
it for
that.
the world either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of agents that get it. Well, I'm gonna say it for next week. We're gonna say it for next week. We're gonna say it for next week. I'm about to get going on it because I feel very passionate about that. But we appreciate you guys chiming in. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on Chatman Realty Group Facebook page, follow us. Follow me, guys, on my personal social media. Hit me up on social media, and you will catch me. Well, one more time, Priscilla's information is going to be down below for you. You can catch her at any point in time. And
Remember, I am bilingual, both English and Spanish fluently, so I can help. Best of both worlds. Let me know if you have any questions.
all right. And if you need to start your search process, you need to go to the best website out there in the land to get you started, and that is going to be ChatmanRealtyGroup.com. We're going to put that in the chat out here for you guys as well, and we will post that for you everywhere. All right. You got any questions, feel free to
Awesome.
call us. Our calendar links are down below. Our phone numbers, you guys have all that information in the chat. And if you just have any questions how to get started, we are here for you. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Peace out.
Bye.
One more time. Get the final information up there. And they can like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys. Peace. Being in the stream.